Okay, I'm back with most of the bird isolated now or cut out from its background, and I'm continuing with the background erasing brush or eraser, and I'm basically creating whiskers here, but I'm taking some that are, I'd say, the strongest, and just living with the pixelation as I make the edit, and I'll come back in and correct it. So you can see what I'm doing here, and we'll just continue. So if there isn't a lot of dialogue going on, it's because you can pretty well see what I'm doing. So we'll just carry on here and try and make this believable. I could possibly make my brush a little smaller. I'll just tap it down a couple of clicks. Um, yeah, we'll go there. Okay, so okay, so we got more over here. So let's try and isolate some of this. As I as I said earlier, the devil is in the details, and my favorite expression, make it believable. Um, this is this is basically the fundamental essence of what we're doing. And it takes input. If you're simply looking for a software that can automate everything for you, uh, I don't think it's just going to happen. It's about it's about having a willingness and the commitment to make your work exceptional rather than uh, look like everybody else's. You know, it's a matter of putting the time into in my with my paintings. I've some paintings I've been on one painting for several years because I wasn't satisfied with the progress, and I just left it alone until I came back to it. But in total man hours, it would still have many months of work in it. So um, I have a friend who I think at his prime he was selling work at like $60,000 a pop. Um, who pays $60,000 for a painting? Well, he had his clients; they were out there, and they bought his work because of the incredible quality that he put into them. And the only way he could do that is with investing the time, and it paid off for him. Um, if you want to do this just for a hobby, what's wrong with trying to achieve perfection even with your hobby? You know, it's to me it's about what you're prepared to accept as the best quality you can achieve, and only you can make that decision of what is the best for you. And it takes time, a lot of input and patience, and I'm almost there. Let me just quickly get this done with here, and then I can show you the final process that I'm going to do. But you will see the quality of the image once it's finished. As one viewer said when I did a previous post of this particular image and replaced the sky, he said I would never have imagined the sky had been replaced. I couldn't tell. Well, again, it's because the devil's in the details, and you have to take the time to make it believable. Whoops. I'm going to take that out. Edit, undo. Didn't have my hand in the right position. I was rushing. It's all about control. If you try to do things when you're on the edge of control, well, it's like flying too. You just don't do those things because you'll end up in the grass. Okay, so I'm getting this cleaned up to my satisfaction, and what I'm going to do now is smudge these whiskers, and when we go back out to full frame, you'll see the effect. So I've already got my brush set up. I'm at strength 64 here. I'll go to 50. I'll go to 50. Will I? All right, there's 50, and we'll just start blending this stuff, and make it believable. Get rid of these jaggies. They don't exist in nature, so we don't want them in our image. Well, they do exist in nature, I guess, mountains, but not depends on the subject. Lots of jaggies in the mountains for sure. But this is a blue jay. And you can go the other way too. Like if you want to stop pushing, you can bring some white back in, you know, and take that white further in, and you can see what I'm doing there, and then come back out, and smooth out what you've got. I find I get better control when I'm doing a kind of back and forth scrubbing action. It gives me a little bit better control. And that's what it's all about, control. Tried that with my wife and it didn't work. That's why I'm living in an apartment. She's got the house. Oh well. Got to get that sorted out before the lawyers eat up all the money. Okay. We're getting there. Got to find the right speed for dragging. If you drag too fast, the processor can't keep up with your demands. Let's try and make this more believable. My hand's getting tired. I'm not getting the same amount of control. I'm hoping to get. Plus, I got a lot of junk on my, you wouldn't believe all the stuff I got lying around on my desktop, and sometimes I bump into it and it'll affect my work. I should, it's the same with anything. You really have to have a clean workbench, clean working area, keep your studio tidy. It pays off. But I'm probably the worst offender. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to try and clean up a little more before we go into full frame, and just kind of taper some of these pieces and make them more believable. Who said this was easy? Don't believe them. It's not easy. It's all about how much time you're willing to invest. Let's leave that for now. Oops. Okay, let's have a look at that. Let's see if I can buy it. Now that might be a little overstated, just a little overstated. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the eraser and I'm gonna set it at hardness, opacity. I'm gonna take the opacity down to 50%, and then come back in. Okay, let's just take off some of the edges on that. There we are. There we are. There we are. And I'm going to take it down to, I'd say, 10%. And just give a fast wipe over there like that. That's good enough. There, I've got what I want. I can see unfinished business here. Why is it doing it? Okay. Slow. All right, let's get rid of that last little bit of background. And okay. Oh, I know what I've done. I've got that way down. We want 100%. There we go. There we go. Get rid of the jaggies there. We just cut in a little bit. There we go. Now I'm pushing instead of dragging. I'll start dragging because I have more control. And take this. This is what matters if you're, you know, do you see that little raised hair there? I just brought that in, and it's a little too rounded on the end. So what I'm going to do is go into the clone tool. I think at this point, there are many people watching this that are going to think I'm totally crazy, but this is my level of detail. This is what I like to do. So get that nice and sharp again. Why is that? We've got to set it out. Get that nice and sharp again. There. There, that's more believable. Okay. I think we might be done here. Let me have a look. Oh, and I'm at 14 minutes, 39 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna finish off taking this off, and then we'll be ready for the sky. So I'll be back. See you later.